Good morning and welcome everyone to today's program. Today we are going to be talking about the accounting software Xero. But before we get started, I just want to touch on a couple of things that has happened this week. Hopefully everyone saw the IRS notice 2018-70. This notice gives us some guidance on the relative and exemption amount. So make sure you take a look at that because I think we're going to get some additional regulations on that issue. So that came out, I think, the end of last week. So as with this and with other things with this Tax Act of 2018, this is just the beginning. And MSATP is working very hard to make sure that we provide timely education on all the different topics that this act is imposing on us. For instance, within the last 2 weeks, MSATP has added a new course, Techniques for Maximizing Charitable Giving. This live course, as well as a webinar, will be held on October 1st. It's a 2-hour course, and we're offering it in Owings Mills. So if you are looking for some ideas on the charitable giving strategies, this might be a course that you might want to attend. So to get registered, just visit our website, www.msatp.org. Now I'm going to turn the program over to our special guests. We have Corey Green from Xero. We have Syed Hack, I think. I'm sorry, Syed, if I said that wrong. Hake, maybe. And then, of course, our own Jonathan Rivlin, a delegate on the board and a longtime friend of the society. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good to see everybody. My name is Jonathan Rivlin, CPA. Been a member of the society for a long time. And in November of 2016, at our firm, we made a very difficult decision, and that was to change our primary business accounting software away from QuickBooks to Xero. That's Xero. We didn't arrive at that decision lightly. It took a while. I mean, you don't just give up 20 years of experience on a given platform overnight. I'm very happy that Saeed and Corey are here to talk a little more about Xero. I can't say enough good things about this company and the software. Before we get any further, just talk about some of the issues that we faced at our firm. First is version control. The clients will either send us a backup, and we were never sure, is this the right backup? Is this an accountant's copy, which I understand why QuickBooks created the accountant's copy, but it was always a nightmare for us to work with. Then we would inevitably find that the journal entries that we did for the prior year were never posted. And so it just that part alone is always very difficult for us. And then the clients continue to make the same mistakes, even though we offer corrections and advice. They just never seem to implement it. And you know what? That's actually okay, because the clients aren't accountants. We're the accountants. Clients are good at what they do. They should do that. And so that is one of the reasons why we looked to switch. We were tired of we were mad as hell and couldn't take it anymore. Right?
No, Jonathan, tell us how you really feel.
Right. So we were very happy to find Xero, and now it's almost 2 years in. And now I'd like to turn it over to Saeed and Corey. Saeed, these were some of the problems that we had with Xero. Why don't you talk a little bit about how Xero can solve some of these issues with version control and collaboration and correcting the client's mistakes?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to start off with a quick introduction about myself, just so you guys have background. I've been actually working with accountants for the past 6 years. Actually, if I look back at my career, I started in business banking, where I was actually collaborating with accountants to be able to collect financial statements to help small business owners get access to the cash flow that they needed. Fast forward here, after working a little bit in AI and machine learning and self-driving cars, I'm actually excited to be a part of Xero today, because what it's really doing is streamlining the workflow for accountants and getting updated financials, updated cash flow positions to small business owners, which is critical. And kind of how we do that is through our automated bank feed. So we're getting live data feeding right into Xero. As a result of that, all the financials are up to date. You can reconcile those transactions. We have AI and machine learning in the background, really able to read that data and pick up on repetitive data and be able to help auto reconcile some transactions. And all that data is very helpful for you guys as accountants to be able to quickly, create financial statements and give up-to-date financial data to those small business owners. So you guys play a huge role, in this small business ecosystem. And that's what part of our mission is, to help rewire the global economy by connecting accountants connecting small business owners to their advisors, banks, and the entire ecosystem. So today we actually partner with over 700 app partners, and that's really what differentiates us in the marketplace, is that we're able to provide you this huge marketplace that with access to streamlining your workflow. One example is recently we acquired HubDoc. And HubDoc is now a financial document management platform that's able to auto fetch documents, right? You no longer have to reach out to your client and ask for those documents. I just spoke to a client, for example, that he works with medical professionals. And as you know, they're very busy and they have no interest in the numbers, right? They just want to work with their patients. So he mentioned how, that was his pain point. And I got the opportunity to recommend HubDoc to him and let him know that, hey, with HubDoc, all your clients have to do is give you access, enter in their credentials, and then give you access to all their accounts. HubDoc is then automatically fetching all of those statements and bills right through the banks and the suppliers to be able to fetch that data and then integrate it right into Xero. So it's actually saving his client's time and himself 30% of his time when it comes to workflow.
I'd like to add on with that, actually. I'm sure many of the society's members have clients that will give more than 1 year's worth of accounting records at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
And many times what we're charged with is we'll get a stack of bank statements and credit card statements. Many times it's more than 12 months worth, and someone in our firm will have to hard code all that information into this accounting system. So one thing that HubDoc does is, you set it up, it talks to the bank, it pulls in the data, it auto sorts that data. Like if you have multiple banks, it'll create a file folder for each bank. It'll create a file folder for each account. It'll store the documents in a way that you can find it easily. Now, without HubDoc, we would have to manually scan that stuff in or download it individually from the bank website. We would have to label everything and physically, move stuff around. HubDoc does that for you automatically. The other thing it does is it gets the canceled checks.
Wow.
Yeah, right. So, most of the bank statements stopped giving canceled check images a long time ago, and that's always been a problem. So HubDoc gives us the canceled checks. And then, I can't emphasize the time savings that you get with that. And here's a real world example from just a few weeks ago, an actual client. We were managing them in our accounting system, and they use Bill.com, which is another app we talked about last time, or a few times ago.
Yeah.
And the vendor said, hey, you never paid this bill. What's going on with this? I said, just give me 1 second. I clicked in, I looked in Xero, Bill.com, HubDoc. I found the bill, the audit trail of when we received the bill, when we paid it, found that it had cleared in Xero, and then I went and found the canceled check in HubDoc. And within 5 minutes, I emailed all that, I posted all that to the secure portal and let the client know it was there. And I said, hey, we paid this like a month ago. Here's the confirmation number and the whole trail and everything. And the client was like very impressed.
So is that www.hubdoc?
Yeah.
HubDoc.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
okay. I just wanted to share that with the audience, because I wanted to make sure we were clear. Okay.
So Corey, one thing you mentioned you do talk about is workflow, and that's a critical path. So, we do a lot of emphasis on the technology, but my thought in doing this for so long is that the accounting system is the software and the habits that we put around it. So it's the people and the process.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you speak a little bit more about how Xero can help the practitioner and the client improve their process?
Sure, absolutely. Good morning. So my name's Corey Green. I'm actually based out of Atlanta, and I'm a partner consultant for Xero. What that really means is I'm just right there with you as you take the partner journey and join Xero and bring your clients onto Xero. And to point out Jonathan's story, I think that's a perfect example of how things should flow getting Xero. You're not going to jump right in with all of your clients and just go full throttle on the Xero platform. It takes a little bit to get used to. So along that journey, I'll be there to help you with your workflow implementation. I think one thing that inspired me about Xero was the single ledger philosophy, and that's something that Xero pioneered, I think, back in 2006. And so the concept of that is, you know, you're having clients on their software and you're having to give them information, maybe closing your journal entries, whatever it is, and crossing your fingers they're plugging that in. Well, now we have that solution. You're logged into the same ledger that they are seeing on their business end, and you're able to lock those balances once those entries are actually imported to ensure that those financials are up to date, correctly, and moving forward in the right manner. So along this journey, we talked about a couple apps already. It takes time. You're not going to jump in, and as Saeed said, we have 700 different apps, and that's growing. Xero does what Xero does best, but we recognize that partners like HubDoc, we have payroll partners, Gusto, and a couple other ones that are just really good at what they do. So we want to bring them in at the right time. So one of the first steps, obviously, with Xero is the bank feed. I can't imagine having to take the actual bank statements and key those in anymore, at least not in my world, but it still exists. So we're just trying to enlighten people and let them know, hey, there's a better way and a more efficient way. Get back to what you need to do as an advisor and stop taking time to have to do all the data entry. So that's definitely one of the first steps. Moving on from there, we love to set up custom reporting templates, giving your clients what they need to see to run their business efficiently. And we're not talking about historicals and just going, okay, this is what happened. We're talking about making decisions in real time. Because guess what? As soon as that data flows into Xero and it's reconciled, you can see up-to-date financial information, key performance indicators, and any other custom metrics that are you can create within Xero itself. So plenty of easy ways to get the ball rolling once you put your clients on Xero. And along that process, I'm just going to point out that one of the first things I recommend for our partners is putting their own books on Xero. We have what we call our partner system, where we allow you to join in as a firm and put your own books on there without feeling any risk, because the last thing we want to do is have you recommend Xero when you're not used to it. So putting your own books on, completely free, join in, try Xero, get comfortable. Let me help you answer questions, workflow issues, and troubleshoot those before you actually bring on your clients. And then from there, we'll take the next client and move on forward.
All right. Talk to me, or why don't you tell the members about the new Schedule C specific reporting app, because a lot of the society's members are sole proprietor, or their clients are sole proprietors, they are single member LLCs, which is taxed the same way. And the new Ask Xero function.
Yeah.
Getting the mileage information and square footage of the home office, which is always.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I ask the same questions every year, and they're like, you've never asked for that before. I'm like, yes, I have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just goes back to the power of our custom reporting. We created this template within Xero itself, not some special add-on that you had to create. And that Schedule C is created so that you have the financial data flowing into Xero already, and that pre-populates in our Schedule C template. And alongside of that, we did partner with Mile IQ, which is a third-party app. And I guess I should throw this in, but we're talking about a new generation, millennials. We're talking about apps. This is typical language for our new accounting force. And so that's what the concept is, having all these apps to make things more streamlined. So with Mile IQ in particular, you have your phone app. It tracks your driving. The owner classifies as personal business. That then goes into Mile IQ. Mile IQ integrates within Xero, and that those totals are thrown in there into our file management system, where you as an advisor can now say, okay, we plug this into that Schedule C template.
Right.
Well, you know, Jonathan, we already have a relationship with MyIQ,
Yes.
whereas all of our members can get that product for free. So, and plus we have I think it's a 20% discount for any other clients.
Right.
So we do have a relationship already with them, Corey. So it's amazing how this is all coming together. That's
Yes.
really great.
Love it when a plan comes
There
together.
you go.
Okay, I want to mention. I want to draw attention to one thing. So, Xero isn't just good software; it's also a good company, and I find the way they do business refreshing compared to Intuit. So, many of the society's members will remember when Intuit launched QuickBooks a long time ago.
Yes.
And one of the earliest marketing campaigns was get QuickBooks, fire your accountant. That was like their business model. And I remember I was on tech support call with Intuit for something, and I actually asked them, I'm like, is there anything else we can do for you today? And I'm like, yeah, you can tell me why your whole business plan is about firing your accountants. Like most of my clients, if they fired me, and they'd be in a lot of trouble. And they said, oh yeah, well, that was just something we tried and we learned and
pissed people off.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
So Xero is not like that. Xero, amplifying what Corey said a few minutes ago, is they want the practitioner to use Xero. 20 years. To use Xero, and we get to use the software for free. The pricing is transparent. It's like at this level you get these features, at that level you get those features. You pick the level that suits that client's needs, and you know what you're getting. You know what the bill's going to be every month, and it's easy. And there's no hidden minefields in the user interface. Like that's one thing where design and business practice actually come together. In other software, in other websites, like GoDaddy's pretty bad at this. You got to be so careful where you click because you could upsell yourself.
Yeah.
Xero is not like that. It's a clean interface. It's easy to use. It doesn't tax your eyes, which is important. That kind of eye fatigue is important.
Well, let me ask you on the apps. Corey said you had 700 plus apps that works with Xero. Is that what you said, Corey?
That's correct.
So is it pick and choose what you need? I mean, or is the price that you're paying with Xero, you get you all 700, or is it you pick and choose what you need? And are the apps free, or do we have charges on some of that?
That's an excellent question. So the apps are, you plug and play as you need them to suit the client. Now, there are certain apps that you'll be going to most of the time. Xero obviously is the center. Gusto for payroll, HubDoc for document management. We use Futurely for reporting as an add-on. And then Bill.com and Expensify, those are the sort of the core. And then like for law firms, for example, there's an app called Clio. For auto mechanics, there's an app called Workshop. And it's endless. There's for construction and contractor, there's Workflow Max and Tradeify. And you pick the app to suit the client's needs when they're ready for it. And they all have a certain.
Okay. Actually, somebody's just calling in with a question. So are you good?
Yeah.
Ready?
Let me.
Okay.
Each app has their own pricing structure. So some apps cost more than others. So you pick the one that fits your needs and costs that.
Oh, great.
Which will. Okay, go ahead.
So there's two questions.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
First question is the partner offer from Xero available to our members?
That would be a question for Saeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great question. So as part of our community's approach here at Xero, we're focused on having account managers like myself within the community. So as part of our partner program, I'm here in the community to actually help support your adoption of Xero. And as part of our partner program, we're actually equipping our accountants and bookkeepers with free software. So you're given access to Xero for your firm. Education. So we invest millions of dollars annually for education. We've got Xero U and Xero TV. We've got Xero certification, which is included as part of our partner program, and we've got marketing support. So what we're finding in this community actually is as people start to adopt Xero and enjoy using Xero, they're looking to grow their practice on Xero. And Jonathan's practice is actually a great example because they're actually featured on our Xero advisory directory. So that helps them actually market and grow their business organically. So we've got over 20,000 small business owners getting onto our website looking for a partner for accountants as advisors for their businesses, and they're able to connect with advisors within the community. So our partner program and our business model is really focused around the accountant, and that's why we're equipping you with all the resources to help you get started with Xero. So I'd be glad to speak with you.
So that's a big yes. Is that, should I
Yeah.
nail that down?
And then a follow-up question. How
Okay.
long can we use that system? Is it a 30-day trial or longer?
Go ahead.
Well, first, I just want to let me amplify one point that Saeed just made to compare. So Xero, you can become a certified Xero partner for free. You get Xero's training and education and access to the support network for free. Contrast that with Intuit, where you're paying a lot of money, and
Right.
and it's not free.
And it's longer than 30 days.
Well, okay, so Saeed, I think you can talk a little more about the pricing, but our experience as users is for us on the partner level, we don't pay Xero for what we use personally in our firm. Our clients get a 30-day trial when we
Stop that was the question was the Saeed about the use of the software, and from what Jonathan stated was that as a partner you get it for free, and then your clients can come on for a 30-day trial period, and then at that point in time it will kick in for the cost in which they determine their needs. Correct? Very transparent. Is that correct, Saeed?
That is correct. Yeah. And alongside of the partner program, you've got myself within the community, and then Corey as a partner consultant to help support you and get you up to speed on our software. Alongside of that, we've also got the 24/7 support service. Since we are a global company, we've got offices across the US, San Francisco, New York, and Denver. Denver is where our support office is, and we've got an office over in New Zealand also.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so one of the biggest things that I've had to learn in my adoption of Xero, coming from QuickBooks for so long, was trust the software and trust the system. So I would always try to avoid getting on the phone with Intuit because it's like calling the IRS, but they're trying to sell you something. So with Xero, if I had an issue and I was struggling, I had to train myself. Okay, try for a minute or two, then read an article, and if you still need help, click a little button and send the help support. And within 30 minutes, they get back to you. And I've never had, I can't say enough good things about the tax support. It's just, it's phenomenal. It's great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we hire former accountants to help out with that tech support. So
yes, it shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess I would end with two things. So to pick up on Corey's earlier point about millennials. So this is, we're using words like app and tech stack and integration and bank feed and all that. And the carrot, and there's a carrot and stick. So the carrot is if you do these things, it'll make your life easier and it'll make you a better practitioner. The stick is if you don't do these things, your clients are retiring, their adult children are taking over, and they're going to demand this, and they're going to go with the firms that have adopted it. So it's like, if you want to stay in the business of accounting, this is the way to do it.
Well, I think this is a very good point.
Yeah.
Won't you share that with the audience? I think this is a very good point.
Yeah. So after you get your own firm with Xero, what we did is we picked our easiest client, where we were actually managing his QuickBooks file internally anyway. And well, hey, can we just turn this into a Xero file? And he was like, yeah, do whatever you want. I just need my reports once a month. I said, okay, you're going to get them in a different way. You're going to get a website now. And he's like, that's fine. And that was the one where we learned on.
Great.
but that's, you know, we all have clients like that, and they're pretty forgiving, and start with that one, and then the next client, and then the next client, and then you
Right.
get better. And now we're up to some pretty technical, complicated
Right. So I think the
situations.
key here is start with baby steps. It's a new platform. It's a really good platform, and I think if you start with baby steps, not only with your own practice, but with one of your smaller clients, I mean, you might be able to get through the forest pretty quickly, and the process could be it could be easier than you imagine. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
And also, you know, here at the society, we're out putting together resources to help. We got the roundtables coming out where other
Right.
firm owners
Right.
can talk about this stuff, and then I'll be writing blog posts about it,
Right.
and we're trying to get some continuing ed on it as well, right?
Yes.
So,
So
a lot of good things coming.
Yeah. So Jonathan, as he alluded to, we got a few things coming up. First off, Jonathan is doing a great job doing a tech talk articles for us for our e-weekly
Tech
and
tips,
tech tips. Sorry, think that
Yeah.
tech tips and all of those apps that he was talking about. He addresses some of them in those articles. So, so you know, if you want to hear about them, learn about them, make sure you take and watch out for the e-weekly because that will be available each time, each article, each issue. And also, as you said, we have the Business Builders Think Tank
Yes.
putting together, and that is going to be at 3 different locations: BWI, Baltimore County, and Rockville or Montgomery County. And that's going to meet every third Thursday, starting on September 20th at 8 a.m. So again, we can get those questions in. These are kind of conversations that can happen at these roundtable sessions, which is wonderful. And then also, we also have the Solo and Small Firm Conference, where Adrian Simmons is going to be on a panel discussing accounting softwares, and one of the and he again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. I think because it's so hot outside, everybody is really pushing their air conditionings to the limit and sucking off all that electricity.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be finishing up here. I'm gonna turn it over real quick to Saeed because he's gonna throw out a couple opportunities where you can meet him firsthand. Saeed, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you all for joining us today and having us on the show here. Wanted to highlight a couple things. So as part of our community's approach, I'm actually out there in the field putting together get to know Xero events. So if you're looking for a more personalized event where you can learn more about Xero, come on out. We're actually having an event in Crystal City on September 27th. I believe that's a Thursday. It's a lunch meeting at the Crystal City WeWork. And then we've got a huge roadshow launching here this October across 12 cities. And it's going to be landing here in DC at the Hamilton Hotel on October 18th. So it's a half-day event from 9 a.m. to 1:30. It includes a networking lunch where you can get to know other folks in the community that are also accounting and bookkeeping professionals. At this event, we're going to enjoy exclusive content, have an opportunity to build your network, and meet folks from the Xero team. Both myself and Corey will be attending. So you really don't want to miss this event. Great opportunity to come on out, enjoy yourselves for half the day and learn about where cloud accounting is going to be in the future. And thank
you. Real quick, so I'm assuming that you want to have RSVPs on both of those events. Is there a place that we need to go to RSVP to if we want to attend?
Yeah, that's a great question. We actually, our website for that would be Xero.com, but specifically Xero.com/US/events/roadshow. But I'm sure you could drill through our website and find that roadshow link.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Or you can connect with me personally on LinkedIn or Twitter.
Okay.
Right. It's Xero with an X, not a Z.
You guys.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, Corey, go ahead. And what else were you saying?
Thank you.
Anything else?
And that's it. Yeah, we'd love to see all of you there. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, again, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'm also on Twitter.
Great. Well, I want to thank. The other thing is, Syed will also be exhibiting at our upcoming seminar on October the 5th. That one will be in Frederick, I believe. Yeah, Frederick. And so if you're unable to attend the 2 events he talked about, and you're attending the seminar on the 5th, You'll get to meet Saeed personally. Corey, sorry, I know you're not going to be coming up for Atlanta, but we enjoyed your company this morning. So I want to thank Corey, Saeed, and Jonathan for joining us this morning and sharing with us this great application. And I'm really excited. I think this is going to be really cool. And I just want to close out on a couple items that I'm going to bring to the table. The CPR committee chair, which is chaired by Tom Bray, and Jonathan is actually on that committee, will be meeting with SSTAT on October the 2nd to address some of the issues that we're seeing as practitioners. Again, we are your voice, and we are going to be meeting with them to discuss what we're seeing and what changes we would like to see SSTAT make. And so this is your opportunity. So if you have a thought, an idea, a suggestion, we are open to hear from you. So please email me at sandy@msatp.org, and I need to have your suggestion or thought by September 17th. So if there's something you need us to talk about at that meeting, please share it with us. Again, this is very important. We want to be there for you as our members. So next week, we are going to have Josh Roberson joining us, and he's going to be talking about volunteering. And also, I think we're also going to be bringing back Dana Braun, and he's going to give us an update on the healthcare issues.